India and Vietnam on Wednesday signed a defense and logistical pact, which extends the defense ties by 2030 and sealed a logistics support pact to allow the militaries of two sides to use each other as military bases for repair and military supplies. According to the Indian news media Economic Times of India, signing of the two documents after the Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh's talks with his Vietnamese counterpart General Phan Van Chiang in Hanoi is seen as a major upswing of India-Vietnam strategic ties amid the common concern over China's increasing muscle flexing in the South China Sea. The Memorandum of Understanding on the Mutual Logistical Support is the first such major agreement that Vietnam has signed with any country. After the talks between the Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and the General Kiang of Vietnam, the Indian Defence Minister said the close defence ties and the security cooperation between India and Vietnam is an important factor for stability into the Indo-Pacific region. India's Defence Minister, who arrived in Vietnam on Tuesday, on a 3-day visit, also called Vietnam's president, and the discussions were focused on the overall strategic ties between the two countries. The two defence ministers signed the joint vision statement of India-Vietnam Defence Partnership towards 2030 that provides for the expansion of defence and military ties in the diverse areas. The Indian Defence Minister also said the wide-ranging discussions were focused on the effective and practical initiative to further expand the bilateral engagements, adding the regional and global issues also figured in the talks. Signing of the vision document to expand the bilateral defence and security ties came amid growing the tensions between the two countries in the maritime security domain, amid China's increasing military developments in the region. According to the Indian news media Economic Times of India, the Defence Minister of India and the Defence Minister of Vietnam also agreed to early finalize the $500 million defence line of credit extended to Vietnam by India. The Defence Minister in a statement said the implementation of the project under the LOC will add substantially to the Vietnamese defence capabilities. Vietnam, an important country of the Asian countries that has a territorial dispute with China in the South China Sea region. India's oil exploration project in the Vietnamese water in South China Sea. India and Vietnam are boosting their maritime security cooperations the last few years to protect the common interest. Defence Minister described Vietnam as a major partner in India's Act East policy and Indo-Pacific vision, adding both countries have rich history of civilization and cultural linkage spanning over 2,000 years with South India. Relations between the two countries were elevated to the level of strategic partnership during the visit of Vietnam's then Prime Minister to India in 2007. In 2016, during the Prime Minister of India Modi's visit to Vietnam, the bilateral relations were further elevated to comprehensive strategic partnership. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and please support us by clicking the thanks button below our video. India on Thursday successfully test-fired an extended-range version of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from Sukhoi fighter jet in the Bay of Bengal, in a boost to country's strategic strike capability. It was first launch of the extended-range version of the BrahMos missile from the Su-30 MKI aircraft, said the Defence Ministry of India. According to the Economic Times of India, the range of advanced version of the missile is learned to have been extended to around 350 km from the original 290 km. The launch from the aircraft was planned and the missile achieved a direct hit to the designated target in the Bay of Bengal region. According to the ministry statement, it said the extended range capability of the missile coupled with the high performance of Su-30 MK aircraft gives the Indian Air Force a strategic reach and allows it to dominate the future battlefields. With this test firing, the Indian Air Force have achieved the capability to carry out the precision strikes from Su-30 MKI aircraft against land-sea targets over very long ranges. BrahMos Aerospace Private Limited, an Indian-Russian joint venture, produces supersonic cruise missiles that can be launched from the submarine, ships, aircraft, or the land platforms. BrahMos missiles flies at a speed of 2.8 Mach, or almost 3 times the speed of sound. In April, the Indian Air Force successfully test-fired a BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from a Su-30 MKI fighter jet on the eastern seaboard. In a major boost for the Indian Army and the China front, the force had put up a proposal the defense minister for buying 12 Swati weapon locating radar developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization of India. The Indian Army has initiated this proposal worth around 1,000 crore rupees, the Swati WLRS, and it is planned to be put for the consideration by the high-level defense ministers meeting, according to Indian media ANI. The weapon locating radar developed by the DRDO of India and built by the Bharat Electronic Limited of India had achieved major success and were supplied to Armenia as well. The Swati weapon locating radar provides fast, automatic and accurate location of enemy weapons like mortars, shells and rockets within 50 kilometers of range. The radars can simultaneously detect multiple projectiles fired from the different weapons at different locations. Indian Army has been using radars along the line of control in Jammu and Kashmir. The system was given for the trial in Army in 2018. A major push is expected in small arms, also as planned orders for the foreign assault rifles are now going to be given to the Indian vendors, who have made significant development in this field. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe and please support us by clicking the thanks button below our video. Britain and India will strengthen their defenses and security ties, including partnering on the development of combat jet technology, UK Prime Minister Mr. Boris Johnson announced during a trip to New Delhi on Thursday last week. Johnson said the Defence Cooperation Pact would boost procurement across several areas, but offered few details during a press conference wrapping up the two-day visit to India. The trip was aimed principally at progressing talks about free trade deal between the nations, but Johnson said that the two countries would seek closer defense procurement to meet threats across land, sea and air, and space and cyber, including partnering on new fighter jet technology and maritime technology to detect and respond to threats in the oceans. The reference to the fighter jet technology partnership is likely relates to British efforts to bring India on board to its 6th generation or 6.5 generation Tempest Future Combat Air System program, and the open opportunity for India to participate in the UK aviation and naval shipbuilding programs. On the maritime front, the two sides have agreed to partner on the electric propulsion capability. Johnson said the arrangement would boost Indian effort to increase the percentage of defense procurement manufactured locally. We have agreed to the new and expanded defense and security partnership, a decade-long commitment that will make not only forge tighter bonds between us, but support your goal of making India, said Mr. Boris Johnson, referring to India's drive for the greater domestic manufacturing in the defense sector. India is one of the world's largest importers of the defense technology, but its market is dominated by Russia, which accounts for more than 50% of the inward sales, and that's all changing as the US and Israel are filling up India's defense inventory. India has come under criticism from UK and US over the refusal by Modi to condemn the Russian invasion of Ukraine, but the issue appeared to be sidelined during the talks between the two countries.